Friends, welcome to the weekend. Welcome to Post to Post. Every Friday here, you know we do jersey concepts. If you're new, well, you just found out. Every single Friday, we look at the community's jersey concepts. The designers out there come up with awesome work. Sometimes there's a specific theme, like a city theme or new reverse retros or something. Either way, whether it's a plain Jane no series or a specific series, we look at them. Full swing of jerseys from the NHL, usually 32 per video every Friday. Would love to have you on board if you are new. Today's designer is Brain Candy. Looked at their work in the past. It is phenomenal. So excited to see these. I have not. This is a reaction video, so you and I are going to react together. And if you want to join in on the fun as a designer, you can do that by submitting your concepts. Details on how to do that is down below in the description, but I can help you out in getting a template if you've not already got one. Head on over to Sports Templates, get the exact same template you're going to see in this video, the jersey template, and I can help you save money as well. Use code POST2POST. That's going to save you 10% on your purchase of this template or any other template on the site. Make sure you use code POST2POST over on there. There are 70 plus templates on the site, not just hockey related, every other sport, baseball, basketball, football, soccer. It spans the entire sports world, so feel free to pick up one of those. Create a full set for whatever league you want, whatever teams you want to, just send them in and we'll take a peek. We'll react, review, or rank them. All right, let's get into this. I just see file names off to my right, so let's bring it up and start, and it's Anaheim. Let's go. Okay, every time I review these concepts, or react to these concepts rather, it's always new to me, but generally there's a pretty close thematic for all teams. Like in Anaheim, a lot of people use the same kind of classic 90s style design with maybe some updated colors or something like that. It is rare where someone goes like full redesign on a concept. Not only has the logo changed, the alternate logo has changed, and the striping orientation or layout has changed as well. And there's more introduction of silver in here. So Brain Candy has gone full bar here. He's thrown everything out the window, used a little bit of inspiration, and just gone new. I appreciate that. Conceptually, this is a pretty good design. And by the way, this series isn't really a specific series as city or anything like that. It's basically just alternate jerseys. So just kind of treat that as we go along. But the logo is really cool. I actually like that a lot. The ferocity on the actual duck's face is nice. The updated logo on the shoulder, not crazy about that. It looks a little bit like egg yolk or yellow snow or something. It's just I don't know. There's just something about it. It's not terrible, but it's not my favorite alternate logo that I've seen. I really like the orientation of the stripes and even the striping along the bottom. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but when I think of birds, I think of swooping and stuff and wings coming up and down. Now at the bottom, I feel like that motion is kind of being represented there a little bit, where it curves down in the middle like this, but then on the sides it's slanted down, kind of like how wings are on a bird, like a duck. So not sure if that's intentional, like I said, but really cool. That's kind of what I interpreted from it. Let's move on to Arizona. Arizona is got a full black jersey here and an updated logo and alternate logo. He's going full rebranding mode on us. I love it. This is really cool, actually. I like the stylization on the C. That plays into the heritage and character of their brand. The numbers look really good as well. And the logo on the front, it is so much more like, I'm going to war. This is my war helmet. This is my war mask. Let's go. Ferocity, anger, war cry, I guess, a little bit from the logo. We get that with the current Coyote, but still, it's there just in a more Kachina fashion, in a more, aggression fashion. And I really like that. The shoulder patch is really cool. I think that would be a very difficult thing to physically produce and stitch, like the hair of the guy, but it would be really cool to see that in person. This is a cool jersey. Not a lot of color. The purple is the shining star here of the colorization. Everything else is very muted and stuff. Not that that's a bad thing. This is a cool jersey. I like the conceptual approach here. Next is the Bruins. Okay, I guess we've got a rebranding here as well. Maybe all the jerseys in the series will be rebranded. Well, this is going to be a very interesting video to go through, or series rather, for me. The stylization of the stripes on, or the shoulders, I guess, and then the stripes down below, or their colorization down below, that's taken from the Pooh Bear jersey, which has been recreated a little bit in the current reverse retro that you may have seen. So that's kind of where that inspiration comes from. The logo in the middle is a much more modern version of the Spoked Bee and I guess an alternate to bear logo kind of melded into one. I like it. Again, I gotta go back to the word, ferocity. This shows anger and intimidation. That's what you want on a jersey, in my opinion. You want the opposing team to get a little nervous. So another excellent jersey design here and rebranding. Next, the Buffalo Sabres. Ooh, well, I think the arms are perfect, actually. I really, really like the arms. The shoulders being squared off look good in black. I don't love the shoulder patch, and I don't love the redesigned logo on the front of the jersey, the primary logo. It's a bit of an odd expression, and also this kind of like swooping. He looks like a buffalo that works at a barber shop and gives like $90 men's haircuts where maybe you drink some whiskey at the same time. He's very prim and proper, and he looks like he's gonna go on a night on the town. He's got his hair kind of slicked back a little bit, and his expression is almost like questioning something. His eyes are very like intense, but his mouth is just like, I don't know. Should we go out tonight? I'm all dressed up. I don't know. I get weird vibes from that logo. Next, Calgary going like full modern blasty, half Pokemon or something here. The arms are really, really interesting. The way the color comes out around the numbers, that's pretty cool. The neck, I just saw the neck for the first time. I didn't even realize that it was colorized like that. That's pretty neat. The logo on the shoulder, that's from their kind of graphical library. They've used that, not colorized like that, but they've used that. That looks good. So pedestal / modern blasty. This is wild. I think maybe a little bit conflicting, where you've taken the pedestal jersey, which is a very retro design from literally decades ago, and you've taken Blasty, who is also from decades ago basically, but you've modernized Blasty in a way that it's not retro. It's like extremely three-dimensional. There's shading, there's gradients, there's almost like a scene happening here, which is kind of the opposite of the pedestal in a sense that it's so retro. So it's an odd kind of combination here for me. It also reminds me of Pokemon a little bit. So I don't love the design or the modernization, the gradients, the kind of stylization on the actual horse or Blasty. So I like the idea behind it. I think maybe it's just the execution is a little bit too modern for my personal taste. So I'd walk back on the gradients a little bit. I'd walk back on the depth and dimension of the logo, make it a little bit more retro just to kind of match the rest of the thematic of the jersey. Next, we've got the Carolina Hurricanes. I almost said Chicago here for a second. I just saw the C on there. I thought it was going to be Chicago. I should know. I mean, they're in the same order every week. But Carolina Hurricanes, the CH on front, not a huge fan of that just because, personal preference. I don't really like letters kind of stylized like this on the front, whether it's a word, whether it's just letters. Sometimes it looks okay, especially in college hockey. I think that kind of design plays right into what college hockey jerseys should look like. But for me, this was a bit of a miss on the front. The rest of the jersey is pretty great. I really like the shoulder patch colorized like that. That looks really good. The striping is definitely pretty good. Nice little palm trees in the background there, on the back of the neck rather, or the inside collar. Let's move on. The Columbus Blue Jackets, going straight back to kind of their history and their lore. Off-white, which I think is totally fine for the brand. They use that in the alternate cannon jersey. Shoulder patch, excellent. The way that the arms are designed to look a bit like a chevron, but also kind of come into the off-white design in the middle. Our colorization looks good. The logo in the front, hit or miss for me. It's okay. I don't like the neck. The neck is a little bit too busy for me. We just keep the blue in the neck. Shoulders the same. Arms, literally perfect. I love the arms. And maybe, well, we can keep the logo. The logo's fine. This is close to being pretty much a perfect redesign of the brand, I think. Next, the Chicago Blackhawks have really cool stripes. I think I've seen those before. And it may have been Brain Candy's design in a previous video that we've done for stripes, but those absolutely look familiar to me, and I really like them. I'll say that. The collar is cool as well. The stars in the back of the neck, that's a call out from their city flag, I believe, which you've seen on some of their jerseys in a way. And the shoulder patch does not look familiar to me. I mean, it says Chicago Blackhawks, obviously. I think the stars are from the city flag, but I don't know what that whole upside down peace sign thing or whatever it is. I don't know what that's from, but I'm sure it has some meaning behind it. And yeah, I mean, it's a nice jersey. Logo looks good recolorized like that. Let's move on. Colorado logo has been updated and modernized a little bit. That looks good. You got the foot back on the shoulder. That's the right call. I like the usage of the lighter blue with the darker blue. It contrasts so nicely together, the blues and then the burgundy with each of the blues, and then of course the white looks really good. The font, excellent. The A on the front looks good as well. It's a nice jersey. Let's move on. Dallas Stars. Okay, we've got Is that a gradient? Can't quite tell if that's a gradient up underneath at the top of the green and the bottom or not, closest to like the armpits or coming up into the armpits of the star. It may just be the lighting in this template. I think it looks good either way. I like the shoulder patch. That looks awesome. The numbers look fairly decent. We've got the general star design here, which is, it has to come back. I don't think I like the neck though. The outlined in green here, I think I would remove the bottom green line, keep the top green line, but I don't like the separation, the forced separation of the black on the neck. Just have that bottom line be black as well. Next, the Detroit Red Wings. Lots going on here. A little bit off-brand for Detroit. I don't think the colorization on the front of the shoulders needs to be there. I don't think the intricacies on the neck needs to be there. That's not really what Detroit's known for. The stylized C up in there, maybe that's okay, but the numbers on the side look too stylized for me. I know they've got that stylized D that they sometimes use. I think we need to change the numbers to be a little bit more stark and just regular. Maybe the C as well. As far as the rest of the jersey design, having that swatch of red here, hold the number, that looks good. The colorization of the bottom of the sleeves, I'm okay with that as well. But this feels just a little bit too busy for Detroit's branding. Next, the Oilers. Wow, I love the shoulders of white coming down into white in the arm, but split halfway down. So you get that orange separation stripe and then the interior dark blue. That looks so good. And then the C with being orange looks good on the blue. The numbers on the arms look really, really good. Shoulder patch up here looks awesome. Don't like the primary logo. I think that it's too big, and it's also like what's the primary element of this logo? Is it the text? Is it the oil drop? Is it the cog? There's just a lot going on. Maybe if it was just smaller, I'd like it a little bit more, but it just seems very overpowering right now. But the general jersey design is really, really good. I like it a lot. Next, the Florida Panthers. What is going on with those shoulders? Oh my goodness. Okay, there is so much going on. Look at these stylized letters here. That is, I think, a little bit too aggressive for I don't know though. It is cool. It is really cool. There's so much to dissect here. The shoulder patch is way too intricate. I think something that intricate would not make its way onto a patch. There's so many little lines and details and sections, and it's a little bit too detailed. And it's also, because it's so detailed, it's distracting. You almost have to, like, if you look at it in your peripheral vision, it just looks like a bit of a mess. So I'd like to see maybe that get cleaned up a little bit, or maybe that be the primary logo. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Now, the primary logo itself is odd. The expression is good. The eyes are good. The nose is fine. The general shape of everything is fine. But I find it weird that the ears are a little bit pursed down. Cats do that when they're angry, but they almost feel small or something based on the size of the head. And this weird, like, bumpy finger forehead thing that's going on, that looks odd to me. I don't necessarily like that. I find it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It looks like fingers or something. So the palm trees in the background being very subtle in there, I think that is okay. The neck is just crazy. There's so much going on this jersey. It's a little bit of like information and color overload. So either we simplify the shoulders, we simplify the shoulder patch a little bit, the numbers, but there's a lot going on in this jersey, and I think that's a good thing in a way, but also a bad thing in a way, so I'm kind of on the fence with this jersey. Next, the LA Kings. We've got some nice purple gradients coming down the sleeve there by the elbow. I think that looks good, as well replicated in the bottom of the jersey in the middle. Don't like the primary logo that much. I can see the Kings face in there. That is cool. The LA on both sides is pretty cool as well. But again, maybe it's just a perception thing for me, but it feels a little bit too big. Maybe it should be a little bit smaller. I don't know, but the shoulder patch is pretty decent. I like the metal fleck in there. I think they're allowed to use that. And they've used it a little bit in their striping over the past, 1.5, 2 years. So they're allowed to do it again. So I like that approach. Next, the Minnesota Wild. Oh my goodness, we've got an entire painting or scene here. An entire forest down below. It's busy, but it's okay. I don't think we need the additional tree line up here for the kind of the bridge point between the green and the off-white. If that's just a regular stripe, I think that's okay. Let the scene live down below and just kind of keep it a little bit more basic up top. The shoulder patch is an interesting one because it reminds me so much of the California state flag. They've got a bear on there. It also reminds me a little bit of some Colorado, I don't know the right word. I guess I've seen like magnets and stickers and logos in general of the Colorado state flag being replicated in the bear kind of format like this. You got the sun on there as well. So I can see California state flag, I can see Colorado state flag, but I can also see, Minnesota Wild in there or up there as well. So I don't know. I'm a little bit conflicted. It's got shades of the actual logo, the scene in the original logo. It's even got the I kind of marked off in there as well. The M logo in the middle has the nice kind of tree line scene very subtly put in the middle there to kind of balance with the bottom of the jersey. Again, it's a very, very busy jersey. Stadium series, maybe. I think if this was to exist, it could not be an alternate, could not be a home or away or whatever. It would have to be within a series by whoever jersey manufacturer did this, where every single team just got super busy, crazy jerseys. This couldn't just be like the standout jersey. This would have to fit into a certain overall general thematic of a series. Next, the Montreal Canadiens. I adore the shoulder patch. That is awesome. I love it being in blue on the red. That looks incredible. The arms, hit or miss for me. The logo, I don't like that at all. Even in the middle of the jersey and the bottom, I don't like that. The collar, kind of Letterman style, is okay. And again, I like the shoulder patch. So generally, probably a miss for me, but I am a Canadiens fan, so I'm a little bit more critical on their work. The New Jersey Devils. Wow. Looks like the state outline with the Devil's face on there. I think that's actually pretty cool. The logo's been very modernized. You lose the circle in the background. Heavy stroke on the numbers there. Very reminiscent of their neighbor, the New York Rangers, how they do it on their jerseys. So I'd probably say, no, a little bit too close to New York to do that. So just give me some regular numbers with no exaggerated stroke. The bevelization, is that a word? The bevel on the logo that gives a bit of a separation or extension coming up of the actual J or devil's tail is cool. I like the modernization of that. That's cool. I'm saying a lot of the same words like modernization and stylization. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking at 32 jerseys. It's impossible to not use the same words over and over again. I'm sorry. Next, the Nashville Predators. Sneaky gradient in here, possibly. It looks a little bit darker on the top than it does on the bottom. Not a bad thing, not a good thing. Just wanted to point it out on my screen. Looks a bit like a gradient. I do like it. The logo primary in there, that looks good. It's been recolorized from what we've seen before. Shoulder patch has changed a little bit. Usually that's in the shape of a guitar pick. Now we've got a bit of a circle. I think that's fine. Overall, generally a nice jersey here. Next, the Islanders with some beautiful teal in there. Look at the teal coming up along the bottom, coming up to the elbow. It just doesn't transition to stark striping. We get a bit of that wave pattern, that fisherman wave pattern. It's not replicated in the middle bottom of the jersey, but we get it just very subtly in the arms. I love that. Nice subtle addition. Also, the numbers outlined in teal look very good. Shoulder patches, maybe a little bit too much teal, actually. Like the orange on the top of the neck. Logo, it kind of looks like a cookie or something to me. It's almost has too many layers. You've got the white, the blue, the orange, and then the teal. There's just too many strokes on it. I think you need to dial that back a little bit. Maybe remove, I don't even know, maybe the blue and the orange and just have the teal. I'm not sure. Either way, I love the amount of teal that's being used in this jersey. Very cool. Next, the Rangers. So I think the Rangers, I need to do some research. I think it's the 1992 jersey. No, it actually wasn't that. It was not the 75th anniversary jersey. I don't know why I thought that it looked like this. It was the 2014 Stadium Series jersey that reminded me of, just because of the specific shades of colors being used here. The shoulders are close a bit in a way, but this is a combination between that, the Stadium Series 2014 jersey, the Lady Liberty, obviously, in there, and I guess the current away jersey a bit. So cool combination between all of them. The specific design of the logo is very I don't know. I was gonna say Art Deco, but that's wrong from an artistic perspective of the style of the design. I don't know. There's a word for it. I just can't think of it. But it's neat. It is definitely neat. It's almost a little bit too much in the face, though. It'd be a really cool logo to have physically produced and see in person. That's for sure. All right, let's move on to the next one, the Ottawa Senators. And nice, subtle, bit of a pattern down below. I like that. Shoulder patch looks good. Primary logo looks really good, actually. I like that a lot. I don't love the black stripe coming in the front of the shoulders. Just let that red breathe down, I think, for me personally. Nice jersey. We won the Flyers. Total redesign here again. Shoulder patch, get the Liberty Bell on there. Hit or miss for me. Taking the Flyers very literal with the logo, putting a pilot on there. He's got some goggles. He's got that kind of classic mustache going way back into history. Using some off-white in here as well. Don't love the logo. I like the jersey design though. So if I was, going to rate this one out of 10, I'd probably get like a 7. Next is the Pittsburgh Penguins. Wow, incredible jersey. I've just been sitting here looking at this thing for a couple of minutes, and I have a lot of positive things to say and only one negative thing. So the texture of what's happening in this jersey, the actual like lines that kind of dance around a little bit, it looks like a fingerprint. I don't know what the intention or the inspiration of that is from. It looks cool. I like it. I just don't know what it's from. I love the shoulder patch. The shoulder patch is amazing. The general colors of this jersey, amazing, going back to that nice pretty blue from their original history. The neck is like a little bit busy, but it's fine. The numbers are the only negative thing. I don't like the style of numbers that's being used here. The C is fine. The logo is brilliant. I love the logo. And the stripes, the way that the stripes are done on the bottom of the arms, they come down, and then right here they kind of come up. Pittsburgh's known as like the bridge city. They've got a ton of bridges, a ridiculous amount of bridges. And the way that those lines are kind of like opposing, I guess, they make like an X a little bit, which you can kind of see in a bridge. I don't know if that's called a truss or what, but that, like, I can see some bridge inspiration here. I don't know if that's intentional, but that's just how my mind kind of perceived this jersey. So I really, really like this jersey a lot, especially the shoulder patch. It's an incredible shoulder patch. Next, the San Jose Sharks. Got some waves down below, which is really neat. Keeping it simple up top. Shoulder patch is new. Logo is relatively the same. Recolorized just slightly. We've got a stroke on there. That looks good. Numbers look okay. Don't love the C. This is an 8 out of 10 jersey. Moving on, the Seattle Kraken. Wow, okay. The logo looks something out of like a comic book or something. It's not bad, but I don't think it's necessarily good either. It's just a really, really interesting logo. The stripes on the side of or on the arms rather, you can see the bit of tentacle action happening in there. I like that little subtle add to the jersey. That's cool. It's a nice jersey. Next, the St. Louis Blues. This one is an absolute miss for me right away. I don't like the yellow coming in the front of the shoulders. I feel like that's unneeded. I don't think the bevelization of the logo itself, the notes and the 3 little parts, having that look like it's raised up, I don't think that's needed either. It looks out of place, actually. I think if you just changed it, put the regular classic logo on the front, removed the yellow and the white from the front of the shoulders, just kept the blue there coming down, I think it would be a lot better. Just personal preference. Next, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Wow, there's a lot going on here as well. We've got a skeleton key style logo on the shoulder, which is probably inspiration from the Pirate days. The logo has been changed in the middle. I think that looks okay. I don't love there's a lot of bevel happening, a lot of shading and stuff happening on the edges of this stuff. A lot of heavy strokes as well. The numbers are okay. The lightning bolts on the arms feel a little bit busy. I think this needs to be edited a little bit better. It needs to be like fine-tuned. It's just a lot going on, kind of like the Florida jersey. Next to the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is cool. This is really cool, actually. The shoulder patch is amazing. Logo on the front, just added that little bit of light blue to the stroke on there is excellent. The kind of maple leaf being kind of represented in the arms in that lighter blue, that looks good. This is a really, really nice jersey all the way through from top to bottom, side to side. Again, really heavy stroke on the numbers. I just noticed that. I would remove that. I don't think that's needed at all. But yeah, cool. Next, the Vancouver Canucks. We are going heavy on the stroke here on the numbers. I just noticed that. I wonder if that was a theme to the entire thing. I guess it probably was. The shoulder patch looks okay. I don't like the yellow section here. I like that the laces are all different color, but I don't like the yellow section here. It just kind of pulls away from the logo, I think. The logo kind of blends into the background because of that circle is also red like the jersey. And this section here just like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. The arms, pretty busy, but not bad. This would be really cool jersey like in a specific series or something, but 6.5, 7 out of 10. Next, the Vegas Golden Knights. What is going on here? We've got, again, almost like a fingerprint style texture in the gold. I don't necessarily like that very much. It looks very reminiscent of the London Knights logo. Yeah, I guess it's kind of a combination between their primary and alternate logo, I guess, kind of split. The shoulders, I think, are okay. I don't like what's going on in the gold, actually. I think I would change that. I don't get that texture. Next, the Winnipeg Jets. That's a cool logo. Off balance a little bit, but I love that the jet's right on there. I love that the C looks like a bit of a metal, an RAF metal, or I guess RCAF, not RAF. The shoulder patch looks pretty good. Striping looks good. Numbers look good. I think we could go without the stripes in the bottom and the middle of the jersey, but they do balance nicely with the stripes on the arms. But yeah, this is a nice one. I like the colors are very complementary here. And then the Washington Capitals is the last one. The stripes on the arms, I like a lot. I don't mind them in behind the logo. The stars on the arms look good. The shoulder patch, not a big fan of that. It kind of looks like some Russian star influence on there, which I guess maybe makes sense for Ovechkin. But the logo itself, I actually like the text in there and the way that you can see the shadow in the background. And I understand what's going on with the eagle having a white head, but like the fact that he's looking down, it's very spiky. Like looking up, I almost feel like there should be more swoop action of the feathers versus standing straight up. It looks a little bit odd, like he's wearing a crown or something. So don't love the logo. Maybe with a small tweaks, it could be awesome. But I have no idea what my favorite jersey is going to be. You're going to have to give me a minute. This is very, very difficult. I'm just kind of like cycling through them. And I don't know how to choose my favorite because there's so many incredible ones, but there's just like things that I would just change or that they've gone too strong on the design or something. Like the Toronto one, I think is a very, very nice jersey. This is probably my top 3. It's not going to be my winner. I don't like the numbers. But the rest of the jerseys are really, really cool. What other one was pretty nice here? Like the Islanders one, I love the influence of the teal in here. I thought that was really cool as well, but I'm not a big fan of the logo in the front. I think the closest one to being like probably pretty much perfect for me is the Pittsburgh Penguins one. The colors, the black and the light blue, complement each other so nicely. The logo, kind of modernized, looks very good. The numbers were the only bad thing. Love the shoulder patch. I love the striping and stuff. So I'm going to give it to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's going to be the winner in this one. So there is no right opinion. There's no wrong opinion. Everyone should like different things, so please let me know down below in the comment section. What was your favorite concept that we saw here? I love this entire series. I mean, I was pretty critical of quite a bit of stuff, but it would be boring if I just cycled through and it's like, yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, that looks cool. Like, I need to provide a little bit of opinions here, positively and negatively. I think that's probably why people watch, hopefully. But let me know your opinions down below in the comment section. Like I said, there's no right or wrong. Would love to know how you feel about these concepts, and I'm sure Brain Candy would as well. Make sure that your feedback is constructive and helpful. Don't be rude. That's the best part about this community. 98% of the comments are so helpful. They're so amazing. It's the 2% that's kind of the problem. So be part of the 98%. Don't be a part of the 2%. Hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, hit the like button. And of course, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you join the family here. And I'll talk to you guys very soon for actually a taste testing video coming soon and a contest announcement. Cool things coming on the channel. We'll talk to you then. Adios.